Hi, my name's Britt with North Beach Windsurfing. Hey, thanks for joining us today. We're going to show you how to rig a windsurfing sail. We're going to show you the tips and tricks on how to make rigging a little quicker and also make the sail perform better.
When rigging your sail outside, find a soft, flat surface to work on. Grass is ideal to avoid any damage to your sail. With your back to the wind, unroll the sail and lay it on the ground. The mast sleeve should be across the wind, with the foot of the sail slightly into the wind. Keep the sail flat to prevent it from blowing around. Check the recommended settings printed on the foot of the sail. It will show the mast length, the mast extension setting, and the boom length. Determine whether you're using a reduced diameter mast or a standard diameter mast. Join each section of the mast, first making sure that they are completely clean and free of any sand or dirt. Slide the mast into the sleeve, ensuring the sections stay tightly together. You may need to twist the mast or push it from the boom cut out. Be careful not to wrinkle the sail during this process. Check that the mast tip goes all the way to the top of the sail. Set the correct mast extension length and insert the extension into the mast. Thread the downhaul into the pulley. Your setup might vary slightly, so just ensure that the lines don't cross and keep them organized. The correct downhaul tension is crucial. It controls the twist and overall shape of the sail. In general, for stronger winds, you want more downhaul tension. This will make the leech loose near the top of the sail, allowing the top of the sail to twist and spill more wind in the gusts. For lighter winds, you want less downhaul tension and a tighter leech. The reason that downhaul tension changes the amount of loose leech can be seen here. As you apply more downhaul, the mast bends more. This bend reduces the distance along the leech and adds wrinkles and looseness to the leech. When making adjustments to the downhaul, all it takes is a few centimeters. Following the recommended settings that are printed on the sail, adjust the boom to the correct length. Attach the boom with the boom clamp at the boom cutout on the mast sleeve. It's important to make sure that the boom head matches the diameter of your mast. The boom should be placed at about shoulder height on the mast. As you advance with your windsurfing, you can experiment with adjusting the position of the boom. Moving the boom up a few inches will create more power. Moving it down a few inches gives more control. If it's the first time that you are attaching the boom, the clamp tension may need to be adjusted. Attach the clew of the sail to the boom with the Outhaul line. Follow the recommended outhaul settings for the sail. Having more outhaul tension will flatten the sail. This will allow for more control and will reduce the power for windier conditions. Less outhaul tension will create a fuller sail profile. This will increase the power for lighter wind conditions. Tie off the excess lines to keep them out of the way. Loop the end of the uphaul line around the extension. If you are a beginner, you won't need harness lines yet, so you can remove them to avoid any interference. On a new sail, the batten tension may need to be adjusted. You just need to eliminate any small wrinkles along the batten pockets. Use the provided tool to adjust the cap screw at the end of the battens. Once you have set the correct batten tension, you'll rarely have to adjust it again. And there you have it, a fully rigged sail ready for action. Next, get the board ready so you can attach the rig. Put the fin in the board. Your board will either have a single bolt power box fin or a 2-bolt fin for a Tuttle box, or possibly a US box fin, attaching from the underside with a fin screw. The fin should fit tightly with no movement. The mast base has a T-nut on the bottom. It slides into the mast track. Start with the mast base in the middle of the mast track. Once you have progressed to faster, fully planing windsurfing, you can experiment with adjustments to the position of the mast base. Moving it forward a little will keep the nose of the board down. Moving it back will let the nose raise up, making the board feel a bit looser and helping it to fly over the chop. And now connect the rig to the mast base. This is one of the most common types of connections, called a Euro pin. And there we are, a complete board and rig. Follow these steps carefully and you'll be out on the water in no time. Thank you for watching and happy sailing.